tired of talking shit. Half my brain is selling, the other half is buying it. Is it legit or not? Get over it. Baby, kill the underground. I would rather linger longer where my love hangs around. He smells like forever. Midnight, trying to get my head quiet. I get it wrong, I get it right. Pray it lasts forever. Now we're cold night. I'm losing sleep, I'm not tired. Remind me it's a slow ride. Yeah, we got forever. Yeah, we got forever. I really like your mouth. Come a little closer, let me try to figure you out. You're my straight shooter, you're not afraid to call me out. And you smell like forever. Midnight, trying to get my head quiet. I get it wrong, I get it right. Pray it lasts forever. And I work all night. I'm losing sleep, I'm not tired. Remind me it's a slow ride. Yeah, we got forever. We can't remember the beginning or where the story ends. It never ends. Midnight, trying to get my head quiet. I get it wrong, I get it right. Pray it lasts forever. And I work all night. I'm losing sleep, I'm not tired. Remind me it's a slow ride. Yeah, we got forever. 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 We got forever.
Hello, I'm Nicole Atkins, and we're at the Sometimes studio space. It's called Sometimes because sometimes it's a dance club, sometimes it is an art gallery, sometimes it is a self-help workshop. Actually, every day it is. But we're in the gallery space right now. If you look over here, this is Pat Sansone from Wilco. These are his photographs. This is Courtney Marie Andrews, who's a really great artist, good friend of mine. My artwork, I use color to combat my moods. During the pandemic, I called my record Italian Ice, and thinking I would go to Italy like crazy. But that didn't happen, so I painted Italy, or what I thought Italy looked like. Here's one, this one's called Blowing Lines with Lisa Frank. It started out as an abstract, and it just went on for 2 years, and then these little dudes showed themselves. There's a lady, lots of bunnies. Bunnies are a theme in my artwork. They just keep popping up like they do on people's lawns. It's a little horse, and a fish, and this is a bunny with a beard. I like to combine a lot of materials, so when I'm on tour, my favorite thing to do is to go to the local art supply shop in any town. I'm like obsessed with art supplies. I carried this from Berlin all throughout Europe, didn't crush it. I got this on Facebook Marketplace for 20 bucks, and I'm gonna paint monsters coming out of the landscape. This is the DJ booth. So they have dance parties, and there'll be a DJ for the gallery shows. And a lot of these things here, like this and that and these, I did a variety show during the pandemic in my attic. So we would go to Home Depot and buy foam and just cut the things and paint them with house paint in our kitchen. So it's really nice to have this space, and now I don't have to paint things in my kitchen. Disco ball. Here's the bar. And then this is my little workroom. Do not enter. This is my space, and I love it. I got commissioned to do a painting of Dolly Parton for a studio down in Muscle Shoals, but I painted this first, and I called my friend Benny, and I was like, does this look like Dolly Parton? He's like, yeah, she was born in Bensonhurst. So this is Bensonhurst Dolly. A little work desk. I have a lot of random stuff in here, like, if you ever need a erotic love you. My husband's Scottish, you never know when he's gonna get homesick. So yeah, all of the work that I show here, I sell artwork on my Instagram, so you can see it there. And if you're interested in any of the other artists' work too, we have a social.sometimes on Instagram.
How fast your heart would beat when you held me in your sleep, smoking in our bed. What was that line you said? Tomorrow is a lie, the biggest rumor of all time. These old roses have seen better days. Where you going? Don't forget my name. These old roses I can't throw away. Got this feeling you'll come back someday. These old roses have seen better days. I could love you, but couldn't make you stay. These old roses at my window pane, pale hands praying you'll come back someday. You'll come back my way. These old roses, these old roses.
Hello and welcome to the Artist End. We are here. I'm in New York, and the wonderful Nicole Atkins is in Nashville. What's your connection there?
So Nashville wasn't a choice for music or for work, really. I married my tour manager, who is from Scotland, and he moved to New Jersey, and Jersey people are very hard to be friends with if you're not like born with them. And so he was like, let's move somewhere we can make friends together. So we were like, we both like Nashville.
You recorded in an equally famous place, if one that's a little bit less lively, Muscle Shoals. Did you find yourself like channeling Aretha and like, bursting into Natural Woman in between takes
I
or
wish.
anything?
No. So we recorded at Muscle Shoals Sound, and David Hood and Spooner Oldham were on the record, and I wanted to like make it a me record and not have it like, okay, I'm trying to do this that was already done there. So I brought Jim Sclavunos and Moose from the Bad Seeds and Binky from the Dap Kings and Britt from Spoon. I just like combined everybody together to make it a thing. But it was fun, and like in between the songs, like David and Spooner, they just tell us all these great stories, and you know, it's not even like name dropping; it's just like their life. So it was like an extra bonus.
And the thing is, it's a really unusual band. Was that something you sort of preconceived? Like, I'll bet this will be an interesting mix, or?
No, I like to do things as they happen. So when Binky was visiting Nashville, and we were writing some songs together for his solo record, and we ran into Spooner Oldham's daughter, Roxanne, and she was like, yeah, it's my dad's 75th birthday party, and you should come. And then the day before, she was like, you should sing at it. And so I sang at it, and I got along with everybody. I was really glad that I didn't know that David was in Traffic, because that was like my like gateway band that made me want to start a band. And so when they were like, we should do a record together, I was like, well, Binky was with me, so Binky, you got to play guitar because you were there when this started. And then I was in London at Jim Sclavunos' house, and he had a picture of Fame on his kitchen wall. And I was like, have you been to Muscle Shoals? And he's like, no, I've never been. And I was like, you should play percussion. So it was like everybody I ran into leading up to the record, that's how they were on the record. I was writing a song with Britt, Daniel, and he was like, where are you making the record? And I told him, and he's like, oh, that sounds like a dream. And I was like, you want to come? And he's like, sure. So that's how it happened. You know, there's friends of mine that if I ran into you that month, you might be on the record.
You just said that you sort of like didn't want to channel the room's past too much, but how did it influence the sound of the songs you made there?
The thing I liked about Muscle Shoals sound was the colors of the room. Like the browns and golds, and like that color combination makes me feel very content. So it was just the perfect place to do a record. The colors were good, the proximity, the room was kind of like close together, and the people. So, you know, that sense of camaraderie that I can hear on older records, I hear on mine.
If at first thought says my mind's erased, I never want to leave again. When you spend time in a lion's cage, you never go to sleep again. These dreams I know too well, am I sleeping? It's hard to tell, but there is nothing like it. There is nothing like it till you do it all again. When you're surfing through a frozen wave, dunes piled high, ex-lovers waving bye. When you live life through a speeding train, you never see your home again. These dreams I know too well, am I sleeping? It's hard to tell, but there is nothing like it. There is nothing like it. No, there is nothing like it till you do it all again. First thought says my mind's erased, I never want to leave again. There's a vacancy inside my head, you never want to leave again. If the first thought says my mind's erased, I never want I never wanna leave again. There's a vacancy inside my head you never wanna leave again. If a first thought says my mind's erased, I never wanna leave again. There's a vacancy inside my head you never wanna leave again. And there is nothing like it. There is nothing like it. No, there is nothing like it. There is nothing like it. Till you do it all again.
When did your musical talent manifest itself? And do you know where it comes from? Like, because sometimes it comes from the parents, sometimes it skips a generation.
There's no musicians in my family. Like, I think the earliest I can remember music being in my life was when I can remember very, very young. Like, I can remember being 2, which is weird. I can't remember my 20s or 30s, but I can remember being 2 and 3, and my parents sleeping in, and me watching HBO, and Tommy from The Who was on HBO, and I would watch it every morning until I knew like all the words, and I would like put my blankie on me like a dress and like greet the mailman and like be like, I'm the acid queen. Started then, and then I like saw David Lee Roth, and I was like, okay, this is on.
So many of your albums and songs are sort of location based. I mean, is that just kind of a songwriting device, or is it something more, oh, I'm going to be over here now?
I don't know. I always like think of like the periods in my life from the places I'm at. Maybe that just comes from being a traveler. Even the music thing, like I do it for a living, but you don't make much money, so I do it for the free travel.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just always been a thing. Like I like writing about things as not really in it, but after it. So I'll write about a place if I'm needing to be in that place. It's like a way to be in that place when you can't be.
A kind of longing, almost a homesickness kind of thing, or missing somewhere?
Yeah, I think that's it. It's like a longing for that place that even though when you were there, you weren't into it, which is kind of like everything. Everything's better in hindsight.
Now, they've had a bunch of different names, but like Spooner and David, and you're the band leader. I mean, like, is that something you're used to now, or is it still kind of like, whoa?
I remember before that session, I couldn't sleep for a week, and I was like, everybody on this session has been in a documentary but me. What am I doing? I mean, they've all had way more success than I have, but then everybody got in the room and nobody knew each other. They all knew me, and it was almost like a party that we'd have at the house. Like all of my friends, like I'm not part of any clique or group, but like I like people in every other little group, and then I bring them together to my house, and then they all like each other. So it was like that. I remember like Mackenzie Smith, who played drums, he's from Midlake, and he was like, I was shitting myself before this gig, you know, like, because they all admire each other, but they'd never met. And so everybody came in with nerves and wanting to like bring their A game, so it was good. Meanwhile, I was like nervous about all them being like who they are, but they're also my friends, so I was just more nervous about them having fun. So it's almost like I'm a good party hostess. I just want people to get along and have fun, and that happens, so.
Saint Dimna, can you hear me? You think you can call me back? 'Cause I think I'm gonna break down out of my mind. You've been through so much more, and you know you never back down. No, no, no. And when I break down, all I know is I'd rather die When will you call me back? Ave Maria, girl, I see ya. You just a melody I sing to myself when I need to come down. Are we all outcasts from the garden? Or are we saints, broken and martyred every time we come down? I don't know. But when I come down, all I know is I'd rather die than go out of my mind. I'd rather die than go out of my whoa. I need you to call me. Just show me a little sign, 'cause it might be the last time. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I left you a message. I hope that you hear me. When will you call me back?
How you doing? This is Brian Levy from Nashville. I'm just curious, Nicole, what music you're going to see nowadays since we're getting out of this COVID funk. What acts are on your radar in Nashville these days?
What's up, Brian? How you doing? Yeah, I'm excited to see lots of music now that we can see music again, knock on wood. In fact, tonight in Nashville, I'm going to see Gary Newman. We all are. I'm bringing this whole crew to see Gary Newman. Locally, though, I love Kashina Sampson. I love Trey Burt, lives here now. He's wonderful. There's a girl named Levi that I'm a big fan of. And I really love this band called The Colonel, who is kind of from here and kind of from Mississippi.
Greetings, Artist Den. Mark Fullerton here, and I have a question for Nicole Atkins. Miss Atkins, as you've grown as an artist, have you ever looked back on your catalog and considered re-recording any of your songs? Memphis Ice notwithstanding, that record was fantastic. Anyway, that's my question. Back to you. Cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha, indeed. Wow. First of all, you look amazing. And great shirt, great lighting. And yeah, I always think about re-recording songs from my past catalog. And in fact, I'm going to be re-recording my first album, Neptune City, because I have the rights to re-record it. And I would like to own that baby, because that's my baby. So look forward to that soon. And maybe we'll shoot the video at your house, because it looks amazing there. You guys take some tips from this guy. Bullpucky. Interesting. It's dirty. I saw a musical in a community theater musical, and there was a Judy Garland song called Johnny One Note, and this girl Tara that sang it, and I was just like, wow, like this song is amazing. It's lower, it's big, and I remember walking to the beach with like our beach equipment. It was far. But I was just like, oh, and I was like, Johnny could only sing one note, and the note he sang was this. And I could do it, and I was like, oh my God. And it was so loud, but I was like embarrassed, but I was like, Mom, I could do it. And that's what changed my thing. And then my grandma was like, you know, people in school were like, oh, you sing like a goat. And, or you sing like a man. And my grandma played me some Roy Orbison, and she was like, fuck 'em all. That sounds great. Let's do it next week. It's influenced my music, I think, because there's a lot of musicians around town. So anytime you want to try something out or do something, like you just, oh yeah, I need a pedal steel player. there's 5 you can call. Everybody's got a studio. Like, you can just do more faster. And even like, you know, if you get stuck writing and you just can't like find your next step on a song, there's a million people and friends you can call here to like help you out.
Down by Shark River, you are not the swimmer that you used to be. Drifting, lost in the outlet. Don't forget to come home to me. When you're found a wreck, I'll put you on deck. I can be your captain for once. Let me be your captain for once. I can be your captain for once. So come on back to my arms. And if we have to burn the sails, there is no shame to let it fail. And when you're found a wreck, I'll pull you on deck. I can be your captain for once. And when you're found a wreck, I'll pull you on deck. I can be your captain for once. Let me be your captain for once. I can be your captain for once. So come on back to my arms.
Thank you so much to the fans that wrote in questions and sent videos. That was really, really sweet. I'll be out on tour this summer with my band, The Family, Nicole Atkins and The Family, and I think we'll be on tour in July, as well as opening for Elvis Costello this summer in August.
Baby,